What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I am your host, Christian _CFS, and here's your co-host, Mr. K Camp. How you doing, Mr. K Camp?
What up, what up? Shalom, I came to my good people, and shalom, I came to my bad people. We learn to become good. Why? Because we need good people in this world, Lord, we need it. What's up, bro? How was your weekend?
It was good. Can't complain. Man, we had our draft this weekend.
We did
So-
have our draft this weekend. I'm a little sick, y'all, so if I'm talking more than normal, I apologize. I'm drinking some tea, though.
So it was pretty good. Just sit back and then let y'all bid on certain players, run up the score, run up the money, and just had a little fun out there.
So you got who you wanted. We know who you was going after.
Yeah, I got my boy
kinda
Scary
want-
Terry.
I kind of wanted him too. I couldn't get him. And see, if I let you get stuck with JJ, they'll take all your $57 million. And then I could have got Scary Terry, but I wouldn't have RB2. So I had to, yeah.
You're now listening to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Chris. Powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You don't get caught one time. Keep playing with me. Don't get caught one more time. Being an a-hole. Don't get caught. I'm gonna let you get stuck with it because it was at the end. It was just me because Gordon was already out. It was just me and you. Let me tell y'all what he did, y'all. So me and the other guy bid on Josh Jacobs. He had $37 million. I think I was at 100, but he kept putting him on a 4-year contract, right? And I don't know. I guess he wanted him. I don't know if he wanted him or not. But so he was being an a-hole. And then when I finally outbidded him, my co-host comes in and throws in the bid. But the average per year was essentially all his money he had for the auction. And I ain't gonna lie, I let that count down. I said I ought to let him get stuck with this player that he don't even really want.
Nope.
But was gonna eat because was it over 4 years? I can't remember how long. Yours might have been 2. I can't remember how long it was, but it would have ate up average per year, would have ate up all his money, and he would not have been able to get no players that he wanted. So keep playing with fire. You don't get burned.
Man, everybody, when you back-to-back champs up in this league, going for a daggone three-peat, like daggone Bapolis said, man, you do what you got to do.
Keep on. But he was just being, so I cut him off. Yeah, I'll cut him off now on purpose. He was being an a-hole. He didn't even want dude, was just trying to be an extra.
I ain't want him.
It'd been like an extra $1 million or something. It wouldn't even like significant for him to even do that.
How you know I ain't want him, dog? How you know I didn't want him?
You know I'm not gonna forget that. So
man, don't forget it, man. He was on my list, dog. It's just y'all spent too much money for him.
He went on you. So why you bid for him at the last minute? So let's say $58 million. If 58 million is too much, and 57 is not. Come on now.
Hey, dog.
Come on now.
You don't never show your cards. You let the peasants go slightly first, and then the king comes in last just to make a bid. If he gets him, he gets him. If he don't,
he'd have been stuck with his mouth. He'd have been mad. He'd been ready to make a trade. As soon as the draft was over, he'd have been mad. And I should have, because I knew he wanted Scary Terry. I should have did that. And then, okay, you want Scary? I would have got Scary Terry on a good deal because I don't think nobody else. I think maybe only me and Gordon might have wanted him. Was fighting with you for Scary Terry for a little bit, and I'd have made you give me an extra draft of 2 picks or 2. Because you'd have been sick. Sorry, I had to get it off my chest.
Well, everybody, we see somebody with butt hurt at the draft this weekend.
I'm not. Let's be clear. I'm not tripping. It was only $1 million more or whatever it was, but it was just him being an a-hole for no reason. I think that was just uncalled for. That's all.
Yeah, well. But everybody, man, welcome in. We're gonna have a great
Moving on.
show. We're gonna move on, man. We're gonna have a great show for y'all. You already know, man, what the topic's gonna be. Let's gonna get them out to you. Like fancy question of the week, like what we always do. CGP news. Then we're gonna do a brief of week 3 because we got to get into these last 3 rankings. We're gonna do running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. We're going to talk about our rankings. So let's get into it, like they say. All right. So fantasy question of the week. And we are going to let the co-host, Mr. K Camp, do this fantasy question of the week. What is the fantasy question of the week, Mr. K Camp?
Shoot, what did I say? I forgot what I said. I just said like 5 minutes ago. Went on my rant and completely forgot. What did I say?
Everybody out there, once Mr. Deshaun Watson got his money.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go. I'm glad he got it now. He got it back, y'all. All right, so there you go. Now you can say it.
Is this a make or break year for Deshaun Watson? Now he's owed what? At least 3 more years on his contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least 3. So I think 3 more years. This might be the 3rd year, so maybe 2 more after this year. Is this a make or break year for Deshaun Watson? Injury or not?
Oh,
I'm asking you and the people.
Hey, people, man, go and leave that comment down below if y'all think this is a make or break year. Me, I don't care if it's a make, break. It don't make a difference to me because that boy got paid. It don't make a difference if he is. But let's just be honest and frank.
Right.
We already know it is a make or break year for Mr. Deshaun Watson. He needs the ball because if not, he's going to be right stuck with those Browns, like they always said, how the Browns stink. But yeah, it's a make or break year for him. Yes, he needs to rise to the occasion. Like he needs to be that Deshaun Watson of Clemson coming out and then Houston, pre-Houston. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Will he do it? We do not know. But we gonna see though. We gonna see. They ain't got his workhorse running back there because he up on the pup list. But we gonna see.
It don't matter no more anyway because it's all system go. They run the spread. They can throw the ball. So yes, he has 2026, I think. Look at them cap hits. So he's on there for 25 and 26. So this is 3rd year. So yes. And you telling me that it's a make or break year. And so will they bench him though? If he tries up this year or get hurt, will they bench him, cut him, just eat the salary like Russell? I mean, that's more than Russell because he's guaranteed 46. I guess he's guaranteed the same amount, about 92. I mean, if the Denver 85 from Russell, I guess Cincinnati they'll eat 92, right? From Deshaun.
They're gonna have to eat it.
Golly. So is it a make or break here? Yeah. I heard his bold prediction today that he will get benched and Jameis Winston will start some games this year. That was a bold prediction, but yeah, how is he that bad?
Who?
Deshaun Watson compared to what he was. How is he that bad? Was he ever really that good?
I don't know, dog. I just think once all what he went through went all up to the tippy top, I just think his production just went shoom. If you actually go back and look at some of the other players that have went through some of the things that he went through, I don't think there's any. Now, people out there, y'all let me know. Y'all got these Twitter streets Has there ever been anybody else that has had a good season after they had something on their record for?
I just got somebody that popped in my head. Ray Lewis.
Well, we ain't talking about him.
I mean, Ray Lewis was convicted, right? He was the trial and everything, and then he came back, right? And they won Super Bowl, right? Anybody won DPOI?
See, man, you see what the co-host done does? Man, he
That's what
had to bring in.
I'm doing. Like, well, I said, oh my man, Ray Lewis, because I was with you.
I couldn't. Well, besides for him, I couldn't think of anybody else.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a slim chance. But everybody, man, let's go on. Kick it, man. We're going to kick it to the CGP news. And you already know what we got to talk about is Mr. CeeDee Lamb, Mr. Money.
Oh, yes. I didn't see that
got
contract.
paid. Got paid. Hey, it's about time. They already knew what the deal was.
JJ was just...
He runs the offense. Like, he was going to pay him regardless, whatever it cost. But I was kind of shocked that it was a 4-year deal. So,
excuse me, sorry. Go ahead. I'll just finish it off.
Well, I was gonna say I'm kind of shocked that it's a 4-year deal on JJ and like why he did that. But I know why CeeDee Lamb did that, so he can re-up again.
That's why JJ did it too.
Now, how much of that was guaranteed, though?
Everybody's getting 4-year deals. That's what I was trying to look. When you were looking, I wanted to see how much. Somebody told me 100, and I was trying to see what was JJ's guaranteed. That's what I was trying to see.
But shoot. Why are you looking up that, man? We got other news out there too as well. Shoot.
So sorry. So I'll say this. I don't know. I still don't know the details. Somebody told me $100 million. Lamb's deal is the second highest for a non-quarterback behind the Vikings. Justin Jefferson. The Vikings receiver signed a 4-year, $140 million deal with 110 guaranteed. So if it is just 100, he took less than JJ. I'm shocked. Lamb's $38 million signing bonus is the highest for receiver in history. He got paid more right there today inside. He got $38 million today. But wow. Okay, so he's number 2. So I wonder what Jamar gonna want next year. He gonna want to reset it, or he gonna just I'm cool with just being in between there. I think he told me. I think they said he wanted around 145, right? I think rumors that he wanted a little bit more than JJ. So I'm assuming if he's 140, he probably want 145, and he probably want 115 guaranteed.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they end up wanting out there, because you might want more than like what a guy, but are you worth what that guy?
Oh well, Jamar is worth that, but does his owner have it? That need to be the question. That is the question. Does his owner have it? Especially after paying my quarterback.
Nope.
Whatever I paid him.
No, he broke, dog. Broke 5 broke.
Win some games this year. Prices in the stadium going up. We got to pay Jamar.
Yeah. But anything else you got out there up in the news?
Of course, Jamar Chase back in practice. Let's talk about that yesterday. He's back in practice. Now he's been a hold in the whole camp. But him and I, we had a long conversation about 2-3 days ago. You know, I told my man, hey, bro, you my G. I know what you're doing. You look 2 years early. Next year you can hold out. This year I need you to get back together. If you try to be in the slot, you want to be that dude to help bring your stock even higher, get back to camp. So I hope he can get in football shape in 2 weeks. He was pushing a little bit, but Jamar Chase back at camp officially, practicing, not just being a hold in. So I think next year he will be a holdout if they have to go into this deep. He will be a holdout, but this year he was a hold in. So he was like, I know, hey, I want to get paid, but I'm still here, still be part of the team, but I ain't putting no gear on or lining up until just 2 weeks before. So yeah.
So I'm glad that you said all that, but we're gonna move on. So what are your thoughts about Malik Willis going to the Packers?
You want to move on from Jamar Chase to
Yep,
a
because I don't have time for Jamar Chase, especially when the owner doesn't have the money.
he gonna
He gon-
get it. He gonna have to get it. I mean, I don't think nothing about it, Malik Willis. He is a name and a placeholder. I don't think nothing about it. He ain't gonna take Jordan Love unless he get hurt.
Trying to think of all these other players that end up getting traded. Like, what are your thoughts about that though? Like guys that are getting traded for like fifth round picks.
When you was
Like-
drafted, what? When you drafted high?
Well, no, like because everybody's up on the bubble right now. So like it's preseason, people making cuts.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you want a player, man, you're gonna have to give up a draft pick just to get the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Just to know what your thoughts on that was.
I mean, want the guy? I mean, I don't think high fifth round. How many fifth round picks hit? Fifth round later picks hit 4, 5. I can think off the top of my head. So, that's a shot. That's the me throwing dark blindfolded pick to me. So, but yeah, I guess I don't know who they had up behind Jordan Love. That's crazy that they got him as the backup when whoever you had in camp. I guess whoever you had in camp was good to be number 2. Is that what that means?
We're about to see.
That's crazy. That's wild. You say that.
So, and since we are talking about like still trading picks, things like that, what are your thoughts on your Eagles trading for Jahan Dotson?
So, I reached out to my contacts, and what I heard is that Eagles, we never really had a third wide receiver that stepped up. To say, hey, I want to be behind AJ and Devonta. And so we needed a third wide receiver. And so we went and got Jahan Dotson, who I guess the Commanders didn't value as much. So we went and got Jahan Dotson, who's a former first round pick, right? When he first round pick, he was a first round pick. He was the first second round pick. He was a high pick.
He was a high pick. Right?
Either way, shout out to Howie Roseman, my guy. Shout out to him for doing what he does best. Hustling, baby. He hustling out there as the GM. Got us the potentially another steal. Like how I don't know what they give him a fourth? What they give up? Remember?
A fifth.
So you paid for a first or a second for him. I just got for a fifth. Come on now. We'll take that all day long. We'll give you a shot. It cost me a 5th round pick. Like I said, that's a throwaway pick. With me blindfolded. So I love it. It's the 3-roll. Maybe after a couple of weeks, get acclimated with Kellen Moore's offense. But yeah, from what I heard, we didn't have a third wide receiver that stepped up. So we need to get one.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on, like, we're going to go to like a couple more, then we're going to dive right into all of like the meat and then potatoes. So what are your thoughts about the news out there with Kyle Shanahan and like Ricky Pearsall, knowing good and well he actually had a shoulder injury and still draft him up in the first round?
You kind of static and couldn't hear that. I don't know if you hear that. That is shocking. That because who went after him?
I'm
trying to think. Leggett went after him.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman went after him.
Was Ladd too?
Ladd went after him. What did they see in Ricky Pearsall? Now, was he? I don't watch that much college football as I should. Was he just some hell of a player? And I know he was up there. He's probably like maybe like top 5, top 7 coming out. Maybe was he up there?
He was decent. I was shocked. I was shocked that they took him that early. I thought he was going to be like a high second round, but I guess whenever you got to get your guy, you got to get your guy. I just was shocked that they still drafted a guy that was hurt.
Knowing he has a shoulder injury. I was shocked about that too. So that's shocking to me. But yeah, we're gonna see. Don't need him. I think they're gonna need him. They still ain't paid Brandon Ayuk yet, have they?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Hey.
All right, everybody. This is where we get down to the nitty gritty. It is preseason week 3 recap. Preseason week 3 recap. And we're going to kick it off all nice and steady. Like, we're going to kick it off with those Carolina Panthers with Mr. Bryce Young.
We did want to see that.
Mr. Bryce Young ended up doing what he was supposed to do. A lot of people was like, he looked real good up in his first preseason start, which he really did, but he was supposed to. He was not going up against the starters. He did exactly similar to like what we talked about a couple weeks ago and during the first week preseason, similar to like what Jaden Daniels did, carved up the second team. Bryce Young did the exact same thing. So he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Ended up coming out, what was like 6 for 8?
He might be 6 for 7.
Something like that.
I think he only had one incompletion.
Yeah. But he did good. Can't complain. Can't complain one bit.
That's what everybody wanted to see, right?
Yep.
All the Panthers fans, everybody wanted to see who owned him. They wanted to see him come out. That showing that, okay, they cannot. Everybody was wondering if they cannot was keeping him on ice. Like, we need to see something. Yep. So he came out there, did what he's supposed to do. Now we're gonna see him in the regular season. I think he has it all up here. I think Bryce has it all up here. So up here is not his issue. Unlike a Trey Lance or Justin Fields, right? They don't have it up here. He has it up here.
Yeah.
I think. So, yeah. Cerebral is not him not being cerebral won't be his.
Yeah, and then just like what we said about this, we ain't gonna stay long on the recaps because we know we got to get to the meat and to the potatoes. One thing that I'm gonna bring up, and it is the team that we have already touted and said that we're gonna be looking forward to seeing how good they're gonna be this year. I mean, you already know, man. We gotta talk about them Jaguars, dog.
Oh, Trevor did play.
Trevor played.
Trevor looked good, didn't he?
He looked real good, dog. He looked real good. I'm talking about sharp like daggone, like the cheese, sharp cheddar. Real good. So,
who was the starter that played? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, as people might not know, like, me and the co-host and I are really high on the Jacksonville Jaguars. So all you fantasy owners out there, if you can get anything similar to that Jaguars stack, it's gonna be quite lovely for you this season, especially since their schedule and like how it ends up looking.
Oh yeah, he went 8 for 10, 92 yards and 2 tubs. Yeah. It looked real good. Who else started? It was a starter that played in the third preseason game.
Gino.
Oh, Gino looked surgical.
Yeah.
And I heard this fool won a new contract. Now he tripping with that. You tripping, bro. But he looked surgical with this Jake.
Yeah.
When that fool in the wheelchair, I think he got there. He did look good.
Yeah. Anybody else that you can think of?
Off the top of my head, Brock Purdy said, I know he was efficient. He had a touchdown. He threw an interception. I can't remember if he had an interception. Off the top of my head, I didn't really see that much football this weekend. So he had a pick. He went 9 for 12, 96 yards, but he had an interception. So,
that's fine, dog. We're gonna leave it all nice, copacetic with the last team we just said, dog.
I agree. Let's move on, buddy.
Yeah, man. All right, y'all. This is what y'all came here for. It is the running back rankings. We're gonna go from the bottom up, from 12 all the way up to number 1. 12 all the way up to number 1. And we're gonna let the co-host start off at your number 12. Who do you got, dog? Who do you got?
I don't even know what I sent you. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. So, number 12, I was going back and forth. I was thinking of DeAndre Swift. I kind of feel like he's going to have a good season. I don't know why, because the offensive line isn't that good. Then I thought about AK. Derek Carr, they're gonna chunk down. They're gonna dump offs. What you call it? Check down.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about Kyron Williams, possibly number 12. I know most people probably got Kyron Williams in their top 12. I do not. He's borderline. And so I had to go with Josh Jacobs as my number 12 this year. I just think that with the efficiency of the Green Bay Packers offense and with Marshawn Lynch, who's hurt as a rookie, you can't get on the field, you hurt. And we know how Dylan has lost a step or two. So never really had it. So I also heard at camp that the OC was the OC? Somebody was surprised. He went to OC. I don't think it was Matt LaFleur. But somebody was surprised that the hands that Josh Jacobs had. So don't be surprised. At least start off the season, Josh Jacobs, I think he'd be a bell cow. But he gets like 70% of the carries, especially if Marshawn Lynch is hurt. Because I can't see him using Jalen Dillon. What's his name? A.J. Dillon like that starting off. So don't be surprised if Josh Jacobs early on gets a bulk of the carries. So he's going to
Okay. So the person I'm going back to the old man Riverwell, and I am talking about Mr. Joe Mixon at my 12. So I'm bringing Mr. Joe Mixon in because of the offense he is coming into is electrical. Like their wide receiver core that they have there, it's going to make it be as of you're not going to be able to stack 8 up in the box. If you stack 8 up in the box, then as long as Mixon does what he's supposed to do, he's going to carve him up. So I am having him at my number 12 position. I just think he's going to be able to continue doing what he did from Cincinnati. And also the team is actually a little bit better than like what Cincinnati was. The offensive line is better. So overall, I have a feeling that Joe Mixon is going to end up being better this year. And it's going to end up finishing as number 12 in the top 12. Could end up being... What if he stays healthy? Well, that's how my next two are. My next two are if they stay healthy. And then this man is one guy you're gonna rag me on number 11.
My number 11 is James Cook. I got James Cook as my 11. I'm hearing the rumors of Ray Davis, but I do think that the Buffalo Bills are going to run the ball more. I know somebody told me we won't say his name. James Cook, that he said that the Buffalo going to still throw the ball a lot with Josh Allen. I don't think so. I think Joe Bills, I think they're going to run the ball more than you're going to try to run like a New England type offense, 2 tight ends. They're going to run a lot of 12 personnel. And so a lot of run the ball with James Cook. That offensive line need to get better because he did not look good in preseason. But I have James Cook is number 11. My number 11.
At my number 11, we have Mr. Kyren Williams. Williams. And this is all based on if he stays healthy. I can see him he's not going to be high like what he was last year, but I can see him finishing like at the bottom half of the top 12. So that is my thoughts and analysis for Mr. Kyren Williams.
That's fair.
Who do you got at number 10? Number 10.
See, this guy right here, he can be at 10 or he could be at 4. We all know who should know what I'm talking about when I say that. He can be at 10, he can be at 4. But his injuries scare me. But that run screen they got down in Miami, man. So he could be at 10, he could be number 4. He could be at 1. He's just so efficient, and that's Devon A-Chain. So okay. I said it all with that run scheme down there. If he stays healthy, so this is baked in a little bit of injuries, missing some games because of injury. Number 10, but I don't be surprised if he finishes like 4. Because I can see it.
Okay. At my number 10, I have Mr. Josh Jacobs. So I had to bring Mr. Josh Jacobs in because physically, I just think he fits the mold of what Aaron Jones did, but he can actually also do it better, personally. He doesn't have much mileage up on his much tread up on his tires. He can also catch.
He's 25, but he's hitting that 1,500-yard carry mark, is he not? Close to it. I mean, after this year, he's good for this year.
Yeah, man. After this shit, dog. Man, we ain't talking about next year. We're talking about right now.
You do touche.
So with him being where he is in the field, and when you mentioned that the OC said that he can actually catch the ball, well, we kind of already knew that already.
Mm-hmm. But the OC was shocked though. Like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, that means he didn't do his research up on the running back. Right. But we did ours, and we already know he can actually run and catch. But that's why he's going to be in our top 12. So who is at your number 9?
Number 9 is Kenny 3 Sticks. We're going with Kenneth Walker the third. That's my number 9. I think they would be in a better offensive minded system this year. Your boy coming from Washington.
Mm-hmm.
With Rome and Doomsday in them. So I think they would, and I'm not high on Jack Charbonnet. I'm not hearing good things about him in camp. So I think that it would probably be maybe a 70-30 split. So I think that Kenneth Walker, I think he's he's 4th in the league in like missed tackles recorded or something like that. Something crazy. So I have Kenny 3 Sticks as my number 10, right? Number 10 this year.
Number 9.
Number 9, sorry, excuse me.
At my number 9, I got Mr. 7th round pick himself, Mr. 2-time NFL champion, Mr. Isaiah Pacheco. Got him at number 9. Number 9, Mr. Isaiah Pacheco. Not much to say about this guy. Like, he's a hard runner. No diddy. But he gets the yardage that he needs. The form might look ugly, but with him being on and playing right beside the number 1 QB up in the league, it just makes his job a lot easier. At number 8, who do you got at number 8?
Number 8, I have Travis Etienne at number 8. I know everybody hearing the thing about Tank Bigsby going to be better this year. He may not be, but I still think that offensive backfield runs through Travis Etienne. You saw week 1. He caught the Texas route, so he can still catch the ball. We know he can do that. I think that Travis Etienne, and we said that Jaguars will take a step this year, right? They'll be back. Trevor will be back. So that also means more yards for him. Travis Etienne is my number 8 back.
I don't have to say much. Travis Etienne is my number 8 also as well.
Oh, we're on the same page.
Who is your number 7?
Number 7 is Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco, just can't piggyback the reason I had him over Travis Etienne. He's in Kansas City. He's got Andy Reid. They didn't bring in nobody else to compete with him. They should be better. Should be all bums go. They just signed Juju Smith-Schuster back just as a veteran in the locker room. I don't know how much he's gonna do, but it's gonna be all systems go for Kansas City and Pat Mahomes. So I think he's gonna win MVP, or definitely a front runner win MVP. So with that being said, whole sheet open up for Isaiah Pacheco to run through.
At my number 7, I have the King, Mr. King Henry, coming in. And the reason why I have him at number 7 is because I still think he will be a top 12 back, but I also think he's going to take on that Jamal Lewis type role, similar to what he did whenever he was with Detroit. And that is because we already know how electrifying Lamar Jackson is. Dude got wheels. But when it comes to that goal line, it's going to be nice to see. Do you want to worry about the nice, swift, fast quarterback, or are you just going to get pounded right over? No diddy. By daggone Mr. King Henry. So who you got at number 6?
And I'm gonna say one more thing. I feel bad. Another honorable mention was King Henry for me. I feel bad because I can see him having like 15 touchdowns this year. He might have like 800 yards, but like Raheem Mostert last year. I can't remember what he had in yards, but he had 18 touchdowns. Yeah, I can see King Henry. So and I'm still kind of figuring out the order here, but you forcing me to put somebody in an order. But I also think he could be a top 5 running back, so I'm kind of contradicting myself. But Jahmyr Gibbs at number 6. And I'll tell you why I have him below the other 2 people. But Jahmyr Gibbs at number 6, I guess the main reason is because David Montgomery's still there. David Montgomery's still being there, so obviously some carries will go to David Montgomery. David Montgomery still can be efficient, just like he was last year. He might not be as good as he was last year, but he will also obviously take some carries from Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, he just practiced the first time in a couple weeks yesterday. So
Okay, at my number 6, I got Mrs. Saquon Barkley. I got Miss Saquon because I think Saquon is going to do a lot better, especially up in this Eagles offense, with behind a better offensive line that he did not have in New York. And with that being said, my number 6 is Saquon. I'm not going to go deep into it because we have other things to do. Keep it short and sweet and simple. Saquon is going to do his thing. He's going to be in a top 6 back for you. Let's keep it going.
Number 5 comes in Jonathan Taylor. The reason I have Gibbs, that's why another reason why I had Gibbs, had Gibbs under him because JT. I don't think JT has any type of competition at the running back position. So Jonathan Taylor, we know what he can do. He just got paid. This is a bounce back year.
Unless you change it up.
For what? He's number 5, right?
Nah, he's number 4 up on your list.
Saquon is Oh, I did change it up, but that's fine.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor. You're number 5.
My number 5 is Jahmyr Gibbs, pretty much just for like what you said previously with David Montgomery taking some of his carries, but also him being able to get that next step up because the top 4, dog, man, that's
tough.
It's tough.
It's tough. I know y'all probably saying like you got Jahmyr Gibbs down. Why you got Bijan down? He got Tyler Algier. Let's talk about it. My number 4 is Saquon Barkley. Also, the reason why I had him above Gibbs because he's the best offensive line he's ever had. I don't think he has any competition too much behind him. So the reason I'm not Jahmyr Gibbs because Jahmyr down because of David Montgomery. So Saquon, we know what he can do. Eagles fly, Eagles fly.
Okay. See, my number 4, I had to go with the man himself, the myth, the legend, Mr. JT, Jonathan Taylor at number 4. There's nobody out there just for competition. He's actually going to be able to run right beside. Similar role to just a younger version of like King Henry almost, but not like as big as him. But they have like the same type of quarterback styles. Just one is more of a bruiser. So with that being said, I just like JT being he's going to get back to his old self and continue to do his thing.
All right, top three. Here we go. Coming in at the bronze medal is CMC. Now, I'm gonna say this: don't be shocked if CMC missed some games because he's hurt. So he's already hurt. He might be back now, but he's already hurt training camp. And Matt Kurtz, but I got him down from 1 to 3. I just think he might miss some games. I know you're not supposed to bake injuries into your rankings, but sorry, they exist, and he's kind of prone for that. So I got CMC coming in number 3. Still be efficient, still be that dude, but number 3.
Yep, I got the same thing too as well. I had to drop him down like one of my rankings because with the injury, just like what they say, don't find injuries, they will find you. And that's one thing that you do not want to see in fantasy. So I had to put CMC at number 3. Let's see who your number 2 is.
Coming in for the silver medal is Bijan Robinson. I know y'all was like, okay, you put Jahmyr Gibbs down, and he got Tyler Algier. I know, man, I'm going to lose it this year if they don't get that boy the ball in space, creatively, whatever they want to do to where he should be number 2. There's no reason he should not be number 1 or number 2. He said early on in minicamp that he want to go for 2,000 yards. That probably ain't happened, but still, get that boy the ball. I mean, I know the regime you didn't got to number 8, but still, I feel bad for Tyler Algier. Sell his ass to the New York Giants. They need to run it back like a 3rd, second round pick. Let Bijan fly. I mean, that's Eagles. Let him, whatever, they dirty bird, and unleash him. Go ahead. Sorry, you got the same person.
Nope, I'm actually got Brees Hall right there because my number 1 is Mr. Bijan because I think they actually just throwing smoke and mirrors, just saying like, yeah, it's gonna be a 50-50 split, but then next all of a sudden they're gonna actually unleash Mr. Bijan Robinson. And people are going to be like, I think he can end up being the role that CMC did when he hit that 1,000 for 1,000.
The only time I want to agree with you is when you agree with me. Oh, when it benefits me. Only time. So, yes. Hey, that was your number 1, Bijan. I pray you are correct because I had Bijan in 2 leagues that he and I both are in. And I need it. So, obviously, my number 1 by default is Brees Hall and Rodgers back. Knock on wood. I think he finished number 2 last year after moving on, coming on slow. So who's to say he can't take over this year? with a healthier quarterback.
Yep, that just one little spicy. So that is our top 12. And let's move on to the wide receivers. Wide receivers. All right, wide receivers top 12. Who do you got at number 12?
Oh snap! What did I send you? You just need to go first. I'm not ready. Go. I'm not ready. Not ready. I don't think I gave you an answer. Go ahead. Go.
Hold on there.
Yeah. I'm not ready.
So at the number 12, I have, and don't be shocked because this is going to happen. I got Mr. Drake London going to be at number 12. Mr. Drake London. That is my number 12. I just think him actually having a better quarterback with them having an actual run game and Mr. Bijan Robinson. Y'all just heard I did say that he's going to probably have a similar cadence to that CMC with the 1,000 for 1,000, especially because they didn't have anybody. But then with got Mr. Kirk Cousins there, then being able to feed Drake London the ball. So that is why he's going to be my number 12.
And I'm kind of making this up as I go. I have a little bit of list kind of making this up as I go. I will put Drake London at number 12. I did make that decision today, a ride home today. I got to put Drake London as my number 12. Like you said, better quarterback. He should be a number 1 wide receiver in fantasy. He will finally break out this year and become number 1.
The next person, he might not like it, but he's going to get the volume. And I have Mr. Chris Olave at number 11. Chris Olave at number 11 because of him being the only wide receiver out there in the New Orleans Saints. Dude going to end up having 135 targets, maybe even 150. And he's going to end up getting y'all to that nice little championship, nice little flex spot, dog.
Was he not the only person the last year?
Hey, man, we ain't talking about last year. Hey, he still did his thing.
All right. My number coming in, number 11 is, this might be a little bit of a bold take because it's coming from a rookie quarterback. It is Scary Terry. Scary Terry is having right. I was fighting because I didn't know what to do because I want to put one of them Rams boys up there. Just don't know. Scary Terry, he had the best quarterback he's ever had. We know what D-Hop did. D-Hop did when he was on the Cliff Kingsbury's offense. So I'm thinking Scary Terry to have, like I did last year, career highs. I need to look at all his stats, but career highs and everything. Receiving, receptions, touchdowns, and yards. I think he has career highs, just like DJ Moore did last year.
And I also have the same person at number 10, Mr. Scary Terry as well. Don't need to say much.
You
just know.
10. I had him at 11. Go ahead.
Oh, you had him at 11? I got him at 10. So I got him at 10, and I don't have to say anything else. But who you got at number 10?
I don't. I have a hole. I don't know. I'm going to put pressure. I'm gonna put one of the, because it's either between, I kind of see DJ Moore, I can kind of see Malik Neighbors, or I can even kind of see, I see DJ Moore, DK Metcalf. So my list is between Malik, DK, DJ, Cooper Kupp, or Puka. I don't know. I'm gonna go with one of the Rams boys, Cooper Kupp, because Puka is already hurt and Cooper Kupp is at 100%. I don't feel confident in this, y'all, but my coach just put me to the fire. Cooper Kupp, we know what he can do. Enough said. Let's go.
Man, at my number 9, we got the electrical, finally doing more than one route now, Mr. DK Metcalf. Mr. DK Metcalf is actually trying to open up his actual wide receiver tree. With him doing that, it's going to get him the ball more than what people actually thought. So I'm not going to keep it nice, short, and sweet. DK Metcalf at number 9.
Coming in, and my number 9 is Marvin Harrison Jr. He is the son of the Hall of Famer. So Marvin Harrison Jr. coming in, we know what he can do. He's with Kyler Murray, who's going to force feed him the ball. We know what it is. I heard Kyler Murray kind of locked in on one player. It will be Marvin Harrison Jr. first by default.
At my number 8, it is Mr. A.J. Brown for the Eagles. And the reason why I'm saying this is because he's not going to get upset this year, everybody, because Mr. Jalen Hurts is actually playing one of his best years yet. That's what everybody is talking about. And we're going to see if he's going to be able to take it over, which I think he's going to be able to take it over. And with him being able to take it over, I think he's going to take Mr. A.J. Brown to that next level, and it's going to end up making him want a new contract.
Who? AJ Brown? He just got paid. He under the contract. Both need to sit his ass down. We just extended his ass. Stop, AJ Brown. Stop it now. Stop it. All right. Coming in at number what for me?
Number 8.
Number 8 for me is Devontae Adams. I know he was out of my top 10, out of my top 12 last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm putting it back in here, but I'm putting it back in here. Is he that dude? He did say he preferred Aiden O'Connell over Gardner Minshew, but I know that Gardner Minshew will force feed him the ball. I do think both of them will play this year. New offense, I don't know. I think he's a little bit in the tank, so I'm putting Devontae Adams at that spot right there.
At number 7, I have Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. Pretty much what the co-host said. Pretty much they're going to end up force feeding him the ball. And with that being said, he's going to end up being a top 6, 7 guy for you. I ain't got nothing else to say. Who you got at number 7, Mr. Co-host?
Coming in number 7 is A.J. Brown. Fly, Eagles fly. Peter, what my co-host said, but I do think that Devontae Smith will do a little bit more in the receiving yards this year for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I just feel like that. So that puts A.J. Brown a little bit step down because they're going to Devonta. And so I don't know if A.J. Brown's going to have 7 games in a row with 105 yards again. So a little step down for A.J. Brown, but he's still coming in at number 7.
At number 6, I have Mr. Garrett Wilson. I have Mr. Garrett Wilson up there because as long as Mr. Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, I think they're going to be on one accord. And I know some people are out there talking about maybe like the clip where they was going back and forth, but hey man, that's what it's supposed to be about. You got your number 1 quarterback going. Ain't nothing. That's just them being professionals.
All right,
you got it number 6. Yep.
Coming in number 6 is Justin Jefferson. I have Justin Jefferson number 6. I don't be able like, hey, you have my top 3. I have him out of the top 3 because it's not Kirk Cousins back there. I have him out of the top 3 because it is Sam Darnold back there. And I have him out of the top 3 because it would have been a rookie back there. So her Kevin O'Connell system is a little bit complex. I just think that he's gonna have. I won't say that's the down. He's still coming top 6. I don't think it's the down year. It's just not as good, as gaudy as his other years.
Yeah, so I have him at number 5. That is my number 5, Mr. Justin Jefferson. Only because I still think he's going to be force-fed the ball, but he's still going to be able to perform. But I just don't think he's going to be able to perform over the top 4 guys that I have ranked. So,
my number 5 coming in is Gary Wilson. Just as my co-host said, Gary Wilson is in the quarterback. He has the quarterback now. We pray to God that Aaron Rodgers stays up all year. And if he's up all year, both of them are healthy. Gary Wilson will be, in my opinion, top 5. Finally have a breakout year. Career everything. Career highs and everything. Those 3 top 6.
career highs and everything. At number 4, I have Mr. Tyreek Hill. Mr. Tyreek Hill at number 4 only because I really cannot trust his injury that he has right now. But hey, all you got to do is throw the ball to him deep, and then he can just catch it up in the breadbasket and just take it on. So we're going to see if he's going to be able to do this. But, yeah, that's the reason why I got Mr. Tyreek Hill at number 4, because I don't think he's going to perform what he did last year, because those were some good numbers. Who you got at number 4?
4 is the same person, Tyreek Hill. Just to piggyback off what my co-host said, the same thing. He got the drop. He's already had the thumb injury. Hey, man, he's getting older. He is 30. So, Tyreek Hill, number 4.
Number 4. At my number 3, it is Mr. Jamar Chase. Mr. Jamar Chase, I don't think he's going to take that next step up, but he's going to be able to get a little bit closer. I just don't see it, dog. I just don't see it. I know you're really high on him.
It's because he held out?
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah.
Is that what I'm asking? Why do you think? It's because he held out?
No, I don't think it's because he held out. It's just I just don't believe that he's going to I don't think he's going to do better than the next guy that I have on my list. So I can't because my number 2 guy held out too. So, but he just got paid.
He did just get paid, but he missed. Right. So that's what I was going to get you. I was going to like, now you like him, but you're not the other guy because I already know you're doing. Okay, my number 3 is coming in at the bronze is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He will do. He did 1,500 yards. Just a touchdowns he had, but here coming number 3, he's Mr. Consistent. 100 plus balls. He got the 1,500 yards receiving. So I need I say more? Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in number 3.
At number 2, I have Mr. CeeDee Lamb coming in at number 2. Mr. CeeDee Lamb coming in at number 2. Don't have to say much more. He finally just got paid. I don't think he's going to be able to perform the numbers that he did last year, but it's going to be like a tear down. So that is why he is my number 2. But who is your number 2? And I'll tell you who my number 1 is.
My number 2 is CeeDee Lamb. Just got paid today. Shout out to CeeDee Lamb for getting paid today. CeeDee Lamb, just because I think that the Cowboys, they might not make the playoffs this year. And I also think there's going to be a lot of garbage yards for Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, just pad stats. So even though he's missed some time, I think he might take a little bit, like the first 2 weeks, to get back into football shit like he's supposed to. And even week 3 on, but it'd be a lot of pad stats for CeeDee Lamb. So he's going to do, I think he'll still do numbers again, but there's a lot of stat pad.
Okay. And now at the number 1 spot for the wide receivers, and on my guy, it is Mr. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I am saying this because I'm still a truther of Mr. Amon-Ra. He called him Mr. Consistency. And there's nothing wrong with the guy being Mr. Consistency, but let's go on to see him take it to that next level in the consistency and end up being that number 1 wide receiver, which I think he personally can end up being this year. I ain't got nothing else to say, so go ahead and do what you got to do.
Of course, my number 1 is obviously the last person left is Jamar Chase. The reason is I'm hoping that he gets in the slot a lot more than what he did. I know he's missed all the training camp, so he will have 2 weeks. I'm not sure that's enough, especially to learn the slot. I'm praying, fingers crossed, I might be a year early on this. I hope not. But I'm praying that he gets in the slot this year. If he gets in the slot this year more, he will do numbers. I'm looking for him to give me over 120 catches, over 1,700 yards, 15-plus touchdowns this year to take the lead, be the wide receiver 1 overall this year. You want to wait next week to do tight ends?
And then the next thing that we gonna do real quick in a hurry, it are these tight ends. So we are going to give it nice. At my number 12, I have Mr. Brock Bowers because the Oakland Raiders are going to have that second and third option. They're going to end up force feeding him the ball. And the one thing that we need to find out there is these tight ends. So we're going to end up going with Mr. Brock Bowers at number 12.
I can't even argue with that. I'm going off the top of the dome. I'm going to go with Brock Bowers. Also, I should rather have him listed right there. So Brock Bowers.
At number 11, I got your boy from the Fly Eagles Fly as Mr. Dallas Goedert. It's just, I think, with how personally Dallas is with the Eagles, he fits in that role perfectly to be that consistent bottom 12, top tier running tight end for you. So that's who I got.
Yeah. Dallas Goedert is good for me at number 11. I do have a 10. I do have a top 10 guy, so I'm not just copying off the host. Dallas Goedert for my number 11 as well.
So I don't think this has ever been done before, but this about to actually be done before. At my number 10, shocking, I have Mr. Isaiah Likely at number 10. And the reason why, it's a big jump. And the reason why I have him at number 10 is because of how they're going to end up using him. Talking about they're going to use him in the slot just to be that next type of guy. So that's why I'm big on Mr. Isaiah Likely. I think he's going to do big numbers this year and big enough where they might end up trading Mark Andrews next year.
Ooh, I can see it. I definitely see that happen. That's funny because I have his counterpart, Mark Andrews, coming in at my number 10. You know, he is Mark Andrews. He missed a lot last year of injury. He's back, quote unquote, healthy. So, but he said I didn't have him up there. I moved him down because of the emergence of Isaiah Likely.
Mm-hmm. And then at my number 9, I have Mr. David Njoku. Mr. David Njoku. Hopefully, Deshaun Watson plays like what he's supposed to, and that he can end up getting David Njoku the ball. But yeah, that's why I got at number 9, Mr. David Njoku.
Coming in at my number 9 is Ferguson from the Dallas Cowboys. I think that would be on the other that security blanket. Like I said, he's gonna put up garbage time yards / points, and then we'll go to CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson.
At my number 8, I have Mr. Jake Ferguson as well. So I don't need to say anything else because of what the co-host just said. So,
and coming in at number whatever number it is after Ferguson, I don't know what number I'm at. We're coming in at David Njoku coming in at hopefully his rapport with Deshaun Watson and the health of Deshaun Watson will get him back on point better than what he did last year. So David Njoku coming in at number 8.
At number 7, I have Mr. Evan Ingram. I think he's going to take that stop like that drop because I physically don't think he is going to be able to get to maintain what he did last year, especially with they getting new and improved wide receiver weapons and Mr. Brian Thomas Jr. out there. So that's the reason why he's dropping down to number 7.
My number 7 is funny. Is the same exact person for the same exact reason. Evan Ingram coming in at 7.
All right. At my number 6, I have Mr. Trey McBride. Mr. Trey McBride, I think he's going to end up doing decent, but I don't think he's going to do that hype that like everybody thinks he's going to be able to do. I don't think people are going to think he's going to be that number 2 like he was at the end because he was the sole target whenever he was getting those possessions, especially since they got Marvin Harrison Jr. this year, and they also have Mr. Michael Wilson that has shown some promise as well. So I have him at number 6.
So coming in at my number 6 is Kyle Pitts. I know that it's Kirk Cousins there, and he doesn't like to beat the tight end. However, in Sean McVay's offense, which I think they're running, they don't really feature the tight end that much, but I do think that Kirk will feature him a little bit more than typical in that offense. So therefore, I have him at number 6 and not further down. That's why I have him higher.
At my number 5, I have Mr. Mark Andrews. Mr. Mark Andrews at number 5.
Ravens.
Yeah, so because the guy that I got at number 3 is going to be big shocking. Just think that Mr. Mark Andrews is going to take a step down this year, but he's still going to be up one of those consistent tight ends getting you like 12 to 15 points a weekly basis. But I just think that the people ahead of him are going to do numbers.
And coming in at my number 5, right? Number 5 is George Kittle, Mr. Reliable for the San Francisco 49ers. He somehow he sneaks up there at the very end of the season and puts up numbers, and so he hops in that top 5. And that's why I have him in top 5 this year again. You know he's getting older.
At my number 4, I have Mr. Kyle Pitts. Mr. Kyle Pitts at my number 4 because I think the Atlanta Falcons are actually going to finally be able to unleash him. And when they do, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I knew I should have traded for Kyle Pitts this year. No, you didn't. You should have traded for him 2 years ago. So you could just kept him on your team. But at number 4 is Mr. Kyle Pitts. What about you, Mr. K Camp?
Coming in, my number 4 is Trey McBride. Trey McBride, my number 4. The reason is because everything my co-host said that yes, the number 1 target is what's his name? Is Marvin Harrison Jr., but they play 2 different positions, so he will be the number 2 target on that team. Trey McBride.
At number 3, the 3 is probably the same. We do not know. It could be. You got to go with the Mr. Dalton Kincaid by default because he is the only sole possession receiver that is going to be there. Yes, we know it. And that's just don't need to say much. Like these next 3 are like, they was really tough for me just to decide. So that's just, I had to go with him right there.
Coming in, my number 3 is my boy Killer Trav. Coming in number 3, I think he'll fall a little bit, but he's still top 3. He still will do his thing with Rashee Rice there. That kind of takes a little targets away from him. I was kind of hoping that Rashee Rice would be suspended this year versus next year, but like that's going to be next year. So I guess we have to take his targets will be even a little bit from Rashee Rice, but I still have a number 3 tight end.
At number 2, I got Mr. Killer Trav, like what he said. I just think he's just going to be the sole. He's going to still be at number 2. Like even though he's getting up there in age, he is still producing like a stud is supposed to be. So he is my number 2.
Coming in at my number 2 is my boy Dalton Kincaid. Just what my co-host said, Buffalo has no one other. Josh has no one. He has no He doesn't have the most rapport with anybody else outside of Kincaid. I know Dawson Knox is there. They were running a lot of 12 personnel, but I think he'll be the Grunk, right? And otherwise might be Hernandez. I think Grunk was a little bit better than him as far as yards and stats. So Kincaid, all we need for Kincaid to do is catch some touchdowns.
And then I think we have the same number one. So why do you think Mr. Sam Laporta is going to be number one?
You know, Sam, I think he won it last year, or he's like 2 last year. So what is there to change? He got another year in the system. I hope that knee is good. I mean, Sam Laporta's every ball game. He's going to finally take the mantle, I guess, from to the draft if Kincaid don't battle him for it.
Yep. And that is what we have said. So just a little bit over, just a little bit. So what we went over was we had a question of the week, and that was Deshaun Watson.
Make or break year.
Make or break year. After that, we did the preseason rankings. Gave a little bit of analysis on what we thought about those. And then the next 3 segments was running back rankings, wide receiver rankings, and tight end rankings. And the one thing that we got to make sure that you do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And then in the comments, make sure you check out some of those partnerships that we have down there. We got Fanatics, because we know if you want to get some discounts up on Fanatics, it's going to go down there, click on the link, and it will take you to Fanatics where you can physically get some nice sports memorabilia for your teams. And then if you actually want to join the Better app, like the Better app is probably one of the top-notch better apps out there. All you got to do is just put $5 down and they'll match it, or you can do up to $250. Whatever you choose to do, just make sure you are of age. And if you do need help in gambling, make sure you call the 1-800 gambling helpline.
Please do.
And the third one is we actually got another one. It's about for tickets. It's for tickets. So if you like concerts or anything like that, you can just go down to that next one. It is all about the tickets, and you can just get any game, college game, baseball game. All you gotta do is just click the link, and they'll give you a nice range of areas of what you can end up using it for. And that is pretty much it, man. Anything you got to say, Mr. K Camp? How is things going?
I don't have anything to say, but I do want to get this on record. It's about our fantasy. I know somebody in our group said that he had Javonte Williams catching 50 receptions this year, plus because of Bo Nix being a check down person. Mm-hmm. I think he's right, but he has the wrong running back. I think it's going to be McLaughlin that's going to catch those third down passes, those dumps, versus because they just released PY. So be on the lookout for that. But I want to get it on record, and we'll revisit this in like 4 to 6 months. I'm throwing it in his face, so I want it on record. Hey, in the episode, we thank y'all for coming out. We know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that. Spread love, not hate.
Spread love, not hate.
Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.